Yeah, g'day. My name's Pat Norton. I'm an aircrew officer with RACQ Cap Rescue. I've been here for around 10 years, and my role as an aircrew officer is to assist the pilot in daily duties and operating the aircraft to and from our medical tasks. I'm responsible for operating the rescue winch and making sure the rescue crewman gets down to the ground for our rescue tasks. I sit in the front of the aircraft as well and provide assistance to the pilot, which may be assisting with navigation, radios, checklist items, and mission coordination. There are a few steps in the process of tasking the Cap Rescue helicopter. The first step is obviously called 000. There is no direct telephone line to the service. We go through 000. They then look at the case, allocate it to Retrieval Services Queensland, and then Retrieval Services task us. So that process happens pretty quickly. We're tasked through our mobile phone. Once the phone is called, we assemble in our operations room here. The pilot, the air crewman, rescue crewman will go through the task. The medical crew will also be involved through that planning process. And within 10 minutes, we're out on the helipad with the aircraft running. So where we are tasked, we're given sometimes a lot of information, sometimes limited information on where we're going. Information we may be given is latitude, longitude coordinates. Very helpful. We can fly directly to that with our aircraft GPS. Sometimes we're given road addresses or accident addresses on the highways. We can work out latitude and longitudes from that information. We use digital assets for that. We have iPads with the ability to work out our coordinates, and we also have old school maps, which we use as well if the iPads aren't giving us that information. When we do get these tasks and we fly to remote areas, it can be quite challenging. We have a lot of environmental considerations and we operate day and night. So the information we're looking for from the public is that the area is clear, there's nothing loose that's going to blow around and affect people on the ground and the helicopter when we land. Wires are particularly dangerous for an aircraft, especially at night, so we need information on that. And little things like if the area is dusty or where our landing site is in location to the patient themselves. Those are good things to hand over to us. A contact number for someone on the ground is always good. We make contact with that person on the way to the task to let them know when we're going to get there and what to expect. If you have access to a smartphone, that can give us GPS coordinates very accurately. Very handy. We can use those details and come straight to you. We recommend people carry portable locator beacons when they're operating out in remote locations, be it working on a farm or over water, bushwalking. That beacon will allow us to get accurate coordinates, and it'll allow us to get to you quicker and provide you with medical access. So my job here obviously varies. I don't know what I'm going to come to work and do. Generally we start at 8 o'clock in the morning. We either work a day shift or sometimes a 24-hour shift. The morning is spent catching up with the oncoming crew, discussing weather, any daily activities, training activities we have. And then from there, we do a really thorough check of the aircraft. Every shift is checked. We go through all the medical equipment, all the roll equipment that we have, the winching equipment. And it takes about 30 to 45 minutes to do that check. And the reason we do it like that is because every day the aircraft is tasked, items are used, and different crews come and go. So we need to make sure we've got everything on board where it should be. So when we go to these accidents or hospital transfers, there's no delay. So on a standard medical task where we're transporting someone from hospital to hospital, our crew consists of a pilot, aircrew officer, Queensland ambulance officer, and a doctor as well. That's our standard configuration or crew. When we get different jobs like overwater rescue or winch jobs over land, we have to change. So we do add a rescue crewman in, and they're responsible for going down the wire to the person on the ground and safely getting them back up to the aircraft. So the aircraft is routinely configured in a hospital transfer configuration every day. As I said, we can change our tasking at any point, so we do reconfigure on a daily basis. The stretcher can come in and out. The aircraft can be completely reconfigured for overwater tasking. We have all our winch equipment on every flight if we get diverted, which is quite handy. We're able to transport 2 patients in this aircraft for accidents or farming accidents, whatever the task dictates, which is very handy when we can get multiple people back to the Rocky Hospital as quick as possible. It is a team effort to make that reconfiguration happen. We practice it quite regularly, and it happens very quick when the time comes. So during the day when we're activated, we have a 15-minute response time. At night, that increases to 30 minutes. There's a little bit more flight planning that we need to do. Our jobs vary in length. Some of our jobs can be all day, some of them can be a couple of hours. For instance, if we go to Brisbane, that's a very big day for us, or night. Generally takes us 8 to 10 hours to fully complete something like that. If we're flying on standard sort of tasks out west, we're looking at around 3 to 5 hours, depending on what the task involves. And if the patient needs stabilisation, that can even take longer. And obviously there's a lot of configuration and aircraft husbandry that needs to happen before and after each task. Overwater searches can go for varying lengths as well. We can spend quite a bit of time out searching for people. And we also have fuel stocks stationed around our local area where we can increase our time on searches or hospital tasks. To give an example of flight times, we operate 2 aircraft. We operate the 412 and the AW139. The 412 is a little bit slower than the other aircraft, but for example, if we go to Emerald, we're looking around an hour flight time from Rockhampton to Emerald, roughly about 45 minutes from Rockhampton to Blackwater. We do travel out to Mara, Theodore, Springshaw, those areas, and flight time does vary between both aircraft, but generally it's within an hour's reach of the aircraft. Our standard operations take us north of St Lawrence, out to Emerald, and we can go further from Emerald out to Alpha. We also operate down to around the Miriam Vale area. But if we are retasked, we've got plans for that. We do have fuel stocks stationed around our operating area. We can refuel if required and continue on to other areas. There are aircraft in Bundaberg and Mackay, and we routinely back their area up as well. So whilst the majority of our tasks are hospital transfers, we do attend primary accidents on the road, search and rescue tasks over water, over land. People are out exploring, enjoying our local area. We urge people to think about safety when they're doing these tasks. Things like making a plan with family members when they're out and about, setting return times to come home, wearing the life vest on the boat, taking rest when you're driving, and not drink driving. We cover a massive area of around 350,000 square kilometres. It's a lot of road and a lot of area to get out and explore. So we urge people to take precautions when they're heading out. Providing a life rescue service like RACQ Cap Rescue provides costs a lot of money. Annually it costs us around $12 million, so around $1 million a month to keep the aircraft, the crew and the operation running. We receive about 60% of that from the government, and the other 40% is raised through the community. So every little cent that's donated counts. It goes towards keeping us in the air and attending rural scenes where people really wouldn't have a chance without us landing nearby and bringing the medical team directly to them. So we urge people in the community to, even if it's $1 or $2, help out. Every dollar goes a long way to keeping us in the air.